Breaking news out of Ukraine, Russian forces have seized Europe's biggest nuclear power plant. It was a reckless assault that risked catastrophe. Look at this video, folks, right there in the bottom left. This is wild. You can actually see Russian tanks and armored vehicles firing rockets into the power plant. Over there on the right is the billowing fire in the administration building. That fire was put out before Russians took control and let the fire get worse. Thankfully, Ukrainian officials say radiation levels in the area weren't at dangerous levels, at least not yet. With Russians in control of the power plant, over 4 million Ukrainian homes could lose power. Putin is going after Ukraine's energy sources also. Look at this. This is the oil terminal in Chernihiv, engulfed in flames. Firefighters rushing to put it out. Imagine trying to put out 5,000 cubic meters of diesel. It's toxic. And now watch this from the same city. 22 people died in that blast right there. Putin would burn down all of Ukraine if it meant taking their land. He has absolutely no regard for human life, or human excellence, for that matter. That right there is video of Antonov 225. At least it was the Antonov 225. It's the mangled wreckage of the world's largest cargo plane, destroyed by the Russians near Kyiv. The plane was named Maria, meaning dream, and was a point of Ukrainian pride, and Putin destroyed it. Just like that, just like he destroys everything else. Yesterday, we showed you this video of what used to be residential areas in the city of Irpin, which sits just 30 miles west of Kyiv. Now here's video of how they got into that situation.
Никого, они сразу оттуда ушли. Они в нашем... О, ёбаный! Ты такое видишь?
A residential building attacked by missile fire, and this isn't the first time, or the last, likely. In Kharkiv, a city totally surrounded by Russian forces, these are videos of a fire tearing through a school building, a school, and it only gets worse. In Energodar, home of Ukraine's largest nuclear power plant, I understand trying to take over the power plant, but why is Russia firing at a church, a place of worship? How low can you get? Yesterday, I told you about the growing disdain for Russia's unhinged President Vladimir Putin, and through the night, Putin upped the ante. We've reported the Russians using methods that have been outlawed, cluster bombs. They're dropped from a bomber at a higher altitude and then explode into 100, 200, 300 smaller, but yet still very lethal bomblets. The reason these munitions are outlawed is because when the larger bomb breaks apart, the hundreds of smaller projectiles fall with little to no accuracy. That's why there's so much collateral damage. Then he's using vacuum bombs. These are thermobaric bombs. They're so powerful, the heat they generate incinerates the lungs of anyone in the area. These thermobaric bombs are nicknamed bunker busters because they can be dropped on, say, civilians hiding in a subway, a makeshift bunker, so to speak. And the neighborhoods, folks. Putin's army is destroying neighborhoods, apartment buildings, homes, suburbs, blown to bits, dwellings with civilians inside. These aren't government buildings, nor are they military installations. These are real people, Ukrainian men, women, children, dogs, cats, life. And Putin has zero regard for the sanctity of life, if those lives come between him and his ultimate goal of reuniting the Soviet Union. And then the game changer, folks. The Russian army seized the largest nuclear facility in Europe, in the eastern part of the country, and took it by shelling the plant. Can you imagine wanting to win a war so badly you risk the lives of millions of people by bombing a massive nuclear facility? Putin is deranged. He's unhinged. And he will stop at nothing to get what he wants. And what he wants, and what this maniacal madman wants, is to reunite the Soviet Union or die trying. And at the moment, it doesn't seem to matter which happens first to him. He either reunites the Soviet Union or he dies trying. I know which one we would all prefer. We vote for the latter.